G'day guys, Beach to Bush here. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're in Lake Macquarie and we're going to be trying to catch a bit of squid for a bit of a feed. If we do successfully catch some, we're going to turn it into a bit of a catch and cook episode. I just want to give a shout out to everyone who subscribed. We are cracked 1,000 subscribers, which is a massive milestone for me personally. So thank you to everyone who subscribed, and if you're not subscribed, hit the button. It's free and you can always unsubscribe if you don't like my content in the future. Sorry for the shocking upload schedule. The weather's been shocking recently, and over Christmas it was actually kind of good, but of course Christmas you spend it with your family, and I hope all you guys did as well. But yeah, we're just out on Swansea Channel, just launched from Blacksmith's boat ramp, and we're just going to be trying for a bit of squid. We're going to be drifting over some weed patches through the Swansea Channel in between the bridge and the ocean. And if that doesn't work, we'll go into the drop over, and if that doesn't work again, we'll go to Murray's Beach. And worst comes to worst, we'll just go grab some from the fish co. Today's a bit of a special episode as well, because it's not just me yapping to a camera today. I've got my first ever debut. It's my girlfriend Zoe.
Hello.
She's a bit camera shy, but I'm sure she'll get there, especially when she's onto a couple cracking squid. Anyway, I'll show you guys the setups. So we just have a 2,500, we're just gonna be running maybe a 2 size squid jig. We got a 3,000 just with a paternoster. I do have a smaller reel, otherwise I'd run it. That's a very big reel for squid. I got my 2,000 as well. That'll just be with a single squid jig. On this side we have the 6,500 with a 7.0 paternostered circle hook rig. That's if we catch some, we can maybe drift them into the Swansea Bridge and try for a kingfish. And on the Penn 4,500 setup, we just have a simple, I think that's a 5.0 circle hook, just with a running ball sinker. Just we can have a bit of bait out the back if we catch a bit of live bait. Anyway, we'll rig up and we'll start the first ever drift for squid. All right, what do you want to fish with? The big one. Fair enough. Oh, you can run a big one and I'll run a small one of a different color, and we'll sort of see what color they're hitting. Well, we'll just come up to the bridge a little bit more. As you can see, I'm just running, I think, yeah, that's a 2.5 in sort of a see-through blue. Then Zoe's going to be running, she picked a big one, a big pink sunrise looking one. And yeah, the paternoster's just got a little blue one. That's a 2.5, and I think that's a 2.8, no, 3 in a pink and green. Just see what they're hitting, what size, what color, and we'll sort of switch to that. They're a bit like that. You got to find what they're chewing on today, and so we're just going to have the paternoster floating out the back, and just going to be flicking around the actual ones. As you can see, we're just drifting over these sand beds with a bit of seaweed. Squid love this, they love the seaweed beds. They camouflage in between the seaweed and sort of attack fish as they come off the sand flats into the seaweed. So you got a pretty good chance of catching one. You just got to be careful you don't get snagged in the seaweed, especially on this lighter gear. It's pretty hard to get out. You end up tearing a lot of seaweed out or breaking your line. Man, look at that clarity. It scared me. Camera's going to drop off, fall in. At least I'll be able to see it. Alright. So we'll just come into the main channel of Swansea. We sort of floated onto those seaweed patches that are in sort of that 2 to 3 meter range. I just think it's too clear for them to be sort of in that area. I just don't think they'd be in that shallow with the water that clear. So we'll just come out into the main channel, and where it's a bit deeper and they probably feel a bit safer. See if we can't get one or two. I reckon high.
Really?
Yeah. You a doubter. I reckon it's very high we catch something. It'll probably be from the fish and chip shop.
Oh. Although I could go for some fish.
You go for some fish and chips? So could I.
Although I have Pilates at 5:30.
Yeah, Pilates at 5:30. Imagine that on a stomach of fish and chips. Because it's a bit deeper here, you'll have to let it sink a bit longer as well. On that sort of first sink. Might just put the electric out, just to give me a bit of a hand, keeping us in the right spot. Got a bracket welded up for the electric. Let's see if I can get a shot of it without dropping the camera in. There you go, fully custom. Also got a couple cracks that were forming
weld it up in the corners, a couple in the rear.
That was done by a bloke named Mick. He has a Facebook page. I'll link it down in the description if you want any welding work done. He wasn't sponsored, he doesn't even know, I think, about the YouTube channel, but he has some really quality work and just want to help his business out. So if you need a bit of welding work done, and it's quality welding work, it's a bit expensive, you pay for it, but you pay for what you get when it comes to welding. So yeah, if you need any welding work, check down the description. I'm so glad I've got the electric back. I've missed it so much. But that mount was rotting out. It's just a bit of wood that was mounted. You actually see where it was mounted. Yeah, it's rotted. It was rotting out. I just wasn't trusting that it was going to keep my electric on the front there. I was very scared it was going to go kaplunk and fall in. So yeah, very grateful to have the electric motor back. Just allows you to do things like this where you're drifting, and I'm drifting up onto the shallows and I want to stick in the deep, and you just, instead of starting the motor up, I can just stand here with the remote in my pocket and yeah, focus on fishing, not driving a boat. What have you got?
Cheese and bickies.
Cheese and bickies. Fair enough. Has been a rough bite. A single hit from a squid in, what, an hour? No, well, actually no, we've only been fishing half an hour. Really giving up. Yeah, we'll edit that one out. There we go, that's a squid there. Get the net. He's only a little.
Oh, it's a baby one.
Yeah, put the net in the water. In the water, in. Thank God that was water. There you go. That's just get you in the face? No, on the shirt. Hang on. Oh, Zoe, get him in the boat. Give him the boat. That was mayhem, he slipped through the net. Oh, look at him. There we go.
Aww.
Look at that, tiny little squid.
It's a baby.
Yeah. And this is how you dispose of a squid. Just, their spine runs down there. It's a little like see-through sort of spine. That's their brain there. So you give him one karate chop there and one karate chop on the head. A lot of people forget the head. He's still alive, just not his body. And now his head's gone. Just like that, we've got some calamari. Let's go. Plop him in the bag without putting the ink on the floor. Just put him in, drop. Nice. I just put him in a little, as your old green fishing bag, the net bag. It's fine enough mesh, they'll never fall out, but it just lets that last bit of ink sort of oozy out of them, because the last thing you want is ink all through your esky or your boat. You can put a garbage bag or a Coles bag, which, actually, do we have a Coles bag in here?
I have my plastic bag.
Yeah, we've got a plastic bag, but not quite. You want like a shopping bag, plastic bag, and you put them in your esky like that, but this way, it just gets that last little bit of ink out of them. You can see he'll just release that naturally. Get that ink off this chopping table, otherwise she'll never come off.
So did you
Let's go get another one.
Bump?
Yeah, so how are you feeling? They just feel like sort of you snagged a little bit. It's just a little bit of tension. That's all it is. He was right underneath the boat. I could actually see him take it. Oh, Zoe! Yeah, go.
Did you get that cast on video?
Yeah, I got that cast on video. That's the one we'll edit in, not the one before. The one before was pretty funny.
Like, this squid would be quadruple the size of that.
Yeah, it's pretty small. But there's no size limit. There's a possession limit, which is 20. I don't think we have to worry about the possession limit of 20. Yeah, but thankfully there's no size, so he's a keeper. G'day guys. Sorry for interrupting today's episode. I hope you're enjoying it. I've got something really exciting to announce. For 1,000 subscribers, I've actually opened up a store. You can grab a couple of stickers, there's a stubby cooler. I'm going to be selling some sunglasses bands so you don't lose your sunglasses in the water. Eventually I might get some hats, some t-shirts, some other stuff going. So if you guys are interested in that, head down to the description. Really help the channel out, really help me grow. With the stubby holders I got, I'm not quite happy with the quality that they came out, so I don't feel right selling them to you guys. So for anyone who spends over $10 on the store, you get a free stubby included until they sell out, basically. By no means they're a bad quality stubby, I just don't feel right selling them to you guys. So then I'll restock them with a different type and we'll go from there. Anyway guys, back to today's episode. With the one that you got floating out the back, you sort of just want to keep it within at least a meter of the floor. Squid do come up to the boat, but They would most likely be in the floor amongst that seaweed and gravel where they're safe. Holy hell, mate. It's coming for a fly-by hand, like high five. Jesus, how much closer do you want to get? Huh. That's some courtesy, bro. That's another one there. What? Yeah. Oh, sorry, quick, get yours, get yours, get yours, get yours, get yours. There's one with him. There's one with him. One in, one in, one in, one in. One in, cast over.
I'm trying.
Swing it over, swing it over. Drop it in, drop it in, drop it in. Just drop it in. Right, yep, go. See if he'll come. Nah. He's gone.
It's gone?
Yeah. That's all right. Look, I can scoop this one in. You can just keep fishing. They were on the floor. Watch yourself for a second. There we go. Second squid secured, and he had a friend. Maybe just cast yours out the back. And they're down pretty deep, so we definitely have to leave it in there for a while. There we go.
Wow.
Another small one.
Another baby.
Yeah, but he's a keeper. You want a dispatch of him? So, like I said, their spine runs down their head, so you karate chop it there. That kills their body, but they've still got their brain in their head, so then you karate chop the head. You just go doink and doink.
With
Yeah, just...
my hand?
Yeah. Do you want me to show you?
Like that?
Yeah, so you hit it there. I'll show you.
Okay.
Simple. So it's 2 hits, one there. Goes white, so that's his spine broken, and his head's still alive, so he's like technically a little bit in pain there. He's putting out of his misery like that. So one hit there,
I'll
one
do
hit
the
there.
next one.
Yeah, absolutely. You grab the bag, so you can just sort of spill that last bit of ink out of him. Because they'll shoot out the majority of the ink, but they still have that ink sac which will ooze. You'd be surprised how much ink it'll actually ooze out. There we go, that's 2 squid. You gonna get on your lure? Yeah. So, just be ready next time. Just swing it over and then like throw it in the water right next to mine. He's literally like attacking the lure trying to get the prawn from this guy.
Right.
There you go, let it sink down. I think I waited like 15 seconds there. Mine's smaller, so you probably only have to wait about 10, but...
Should I go this way or will we get
Yeah,
tangled?
no, we won't get tangled. I'll make sure of it. Nice cast. How's that? We've been squid fishing probably 3 times.
Our first squid.
And our first squid. First 2 squid, actually. I've caught one once accidentally on a vibe. Yeah, just... I was just using the electric just then to get us out of the way of the buoy. Wow. We're pumping now, that tide. Look at us compared to that buoy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because we're drifting so fast in this channel now. You cast with the current and you maybe get 1 or 2 jigs. You don't get a whole lot, but it's better than sort of casting behind the boat and all it's doing is trolling in that sort of 1 to 2 meter range where you want it down the bottom, where they're going to be camouflaged in with that structure. And by the structure, I mean that seaweed and gravel and stuff they can sort of camouflage into. I've got another one. Yep. So just get winded in, get ready. You might have a mate. Yeah, maybe you need to change to a smaller one. So just swing the rod around here. See if he has a friend that comes with him. Nah, no good. They're only small, but... There we go, yeah. Little trickster, kept his ink all the way to the boat. You can actually see the ink inside him, in the middle of him. So he's still full of ink. So let's hope he doesn't ink right now. So see how their barbs, he's actually attacking it. Whoa, look at him attack it.
Wow.
So you want a dispatch of him?
Yeah. Is it gonna
there
ink?
and there. No, he went ink. Yep, and now his head.
Here?
Yep. Nope, it's gone. Nope, his head. There you go. And then a little, there we go. Nice. Well, they're out and about.
Okay.
None on the Paternoster floating rig yet, which is a bit surprising, but maybe they're a bit timid. He was basically the full length of the cast and I let that sink all the way down.
These are the big ones. Is it more about size or colour?
I think it's a bit about both.
Comment below.
Comment below. Let us know. It'll be a bit late once you let us know. But no, I think it is about size and colour. But you can try a green or a red. We can see if if it's the size.
Okay, well I'll put the small red one on.
Alright, small red one it is. So you want to fish with this and I'll rig you up?
Yep.
You have one? Okay, yep, nice. Just go easy on him. Because if he wants to run, but just keep the tension, so keep the rod up. Keep a bowl in the rod. Nicely done, nicely done.
I think he's gone.
No, he's still there. Just keep winding. Just keep winding. Yeah, he's still there. Does he have any mates? Oh, he has a mate. Oh, I just cut the... That's all right. We'll catch his mate in a second. Nice. Oh, nice.
Woo!
Very nice.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh. Wrap him up in the net. Wrap him up in the net. Don't let him fall. They're so small they're falling through the net. Oh no, that's why. There's a hole in the net.
Uh-oh. Where's the hole? Oh, there.
Yeah, just that split. I was literally just getting Zoe just downgraded to a smaller one because the smaller blue sort of one I've got on seems to be doing.
It's too big for them because they're almost the size.
Yeah, they're almost the size of the one you were using, which is okay. So we're just going to downgrade you, but that was annoying because he had a mate and we could have thrown it out at him and he would have taken it.
I'm just going to put some sunscreen on.
Yeah, true. With that sun out and about, we definitely need to put some sunscreen on. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of SPF 50 sunblocks, when they're tested independently, aren't actually SPF 50. I put a little bit of a screenshot of what are and aren't, but the kids' sunscreen from Cancer Council was one of the only ones from Cancer Council that actually was SPF 50 when tested. So if you're getting burnt out on the water and you don't know why, it could very much be that. So just keep an eye out for that. Especially with the Australian sun and the reflection off the water, I'm getting burnt like all up underneath my nostrils and stuff. Definitely need this. I might put my fishing scarf on just to save a bit of sunblock. But yeah, make sure you're sun safe. Oh, we got one on the Paternoster. Go Zoe, go. I'm pretty sure there's one on it. I can see him down there. Oh yeah. Wind that slack up, wind the slack up, wind the slack up. Oh, is he a big one?
Bigger than the other one.
Yeah, absolutely. Swing him left, swing him left. Oh, that is a giant! Yeah, wow. I didn't even know. He must have been down there a while. That just got over everything. Oh my God. You turd. You're getting turned into calamari for sure. Alright, take that. Drop it in the water. You're getting turned into calamari. Good night, buddy. Oh, that is a massive squid. And he's just inked all over the boat, which is great. See, they're sneaky like that. They're smart enough to know to use their ink when they get to the boat, not in the water. One thing with squid ink, you want to get off your boat as quick as possible because it will stain paint. Oh, it's all over my camera bag and stuff. Oh, that's all right. I don't mind it being over my esky. We'll just get this squid ink off the boat. Oh, they're so smart. He was on that rod for ages and he saved it the whole time. I need a deck wash. My God. Oh. It's over everything. It's over my, oh, it's on the camera bag.
Ew.
Oh, man. Oh well, I'll enjoy eating him, so I probably deserve it. He shot that so far over just everything. We're basically at the end of the break wall. You can still drift out and around the break wall, but we're just going to restart it, go back up to the bridge, maybe actually to the boat ramp where we caught that first squid, and yeah, see if we can't get a couple live bait ones. We're going to fill up the live bait actually. Live bait number 4. Get that going. And we'll get some on the big rod setup, which is just there. Just put them out of the way for casting. And yeah, see if we can't get a big kingy underneath the bridge. That current's running real hard. You can see us compared to those rocks. We can put bigger squid jigs on and try and get down a bit lower, but we've got enough for a feed. Unfortunately, we didn't keep any live ones, so turn that live bait tank off. A bit sad, but we can still put a dead one on the Paternoster rig, and we'll throw it down in between the pylons in the bridge, and yeah, hopefully we get something. All we've got is just some snelled 7/0 circle hooks. So you put the first one, or the rear one, through the front of the hood, because they swim backwards, squid. So not super deep in, sort of about there. And there is a bit of loose line between these two, because you don't really know how big or how small your squid is. So you got about that. If he hits the head, or if he hits the rear, he'll hit one of the hooks. And you got this one here, which just pin through the front, like so, and that's your toe point. So he'll be going through the water. You're going through the water like that. And yeah, you'll see what you sort of do when we get to the bridge. We're going to try it. It is busy. There's a bloke just there with an electric motor down, but I think if we get a kingy, he'll run underneath that boat. She's just packed. Everyone's trying. I reckon I'll jump in and try. See. Grab our squid out. Lick him in.
Roundabout, move away from the open span of 3.
Oh, that's a big hit. Oh, bigger hit. Oh, no, did he get off? No, he's still on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby.
What is it?
Oh, look at the kingfish behind him. That's a kingfish for sure. Oh, it might be a... Oh, it's a cracking tailer. Get him in. Put the net in the water and get him in. There we go, very nice tailer. I'll just get us out of here. That was a big kingfish behind him though.
Yeah.
What do we do with him? What do we...
That's such a nice fish.
Yeah, careful there, toothy. You can hold him, but just be careful of the teeth.
Do something with it?
Well, might use him as bait actually. Damn, that was a big kingfish behind him. I hope the camera picked that up. We're recording? Yes, we are recording. There we go, he'd be about 35. That's a legal tailer. We'll dispatch him and yeah, we'll definitely keep him. Use him as slab baits potentially over on the drop-off. Well, welcome to my kitchen. Yeah, sorry if it's a bit of a mess. I tried to give it a bit of a clean up. So yeah, sadly we spent another probably 30 minutes trying to catch a kingfish at the bridge and we only got that one tailer. And then yeah, we spent a couple of hours at the drop over. Didn't really get much there. We got one small snapper. We then went to the tyre reef and tried for a jewfish. Only got a couple flathead and lost one right at the boat, sadly. But we still got that squid, so we're going to do the first ever catch and cook on the channel. Now we're keeping it super simple. I'll show you what we're going with. We're just going to do a simple herb and garlic breadcrumb, you know, simple egg, flour. Make a bit of a salad with it. Sadly, Coles didn't have any avocados, so we're lacking them. It's actually a couple days later, so I'm just getting the squid up to room temperature as we're just going to do it in a shallow fry. I just skinned them and I've cut the majority of them open. I left one as a tube just so we can have a bit of like some rectangles and also some tubes. What we're going to do is just a simple shallow fry, so we'll just grab out a couple of bowls. We just got some plain flour. We'll put that into one bowl. Not too much, not too little. You don't want to waste any. It's easier to add more than take away. We'll just crack one egg into a bowl and whisk it around. Just whisk that egg up. There we go. Might have to add one more egg. That's a pretty small egg. And then in our third bowl, we'll just put this herb and garlic breadcrumb. There we go. You can always add more, just like the flour. And I mean, in the flour, we're also just going to put a bit of salt and pepper. Not sure if we'll need it, but not too much salt. Not too much pepper, just add a little bit of something more to the flour. There we go. Just get a pan, adds a bit of heat. I know you probably should be using other oils to a shallow fry, but I ain't no chef. Oil is oil to me, except for canola oil. That's meant to be in an engine. Now whilst that's heating up, we'll prep the salad. Super simple, just some baby rocket, cut up a couple of cherry tomatoes, red capsicum, cucumber, and the lemon and garlic aioli for condiments. Super simple salad. Simple cherry tomatoes, just half them up. I don't need to do all of it. There we go. Just a nice small salad. Throw that baby rocket in a second. Now the reason I'm waiting for this to defrost, it's actually been a couple of days. I had to put it in the freezer. So we're just simply going to do a couple of tubes, I reckon. I'm not going to cook all the squid up at once. We'll just do a couple tubes. Leave that little piece in there as well. And with the big squid, before we cut that up, we're just going to do a couple scores. Just lightly scoring it. Both adds a bit of texture, looks better when you cook it, but also adds a bit of surface area for stuff to stick to. You don't want to go too hard, maybe only 2 or 3 mil in, you can sort of see it. And I reckon we'll go straight down the middle. Nope, not quite. There we go. And then we'll just do rectangles. There we go, so like that, like that, like that, maybe like that. Similar with this one, let's do rectangles. That, 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 and that. Oh, it's truth, I need to sharpen my knife. There we go, we've got a mixture of cubes and also rings. See how they both go. What we'll do though is we will cook them in separate batches. We'll cook the rectangles separately to the rings because I don't know how long the rings will take compared to the rectangles. It should only take about 30 seconds for both of them once that oil's up to temperature, which it's starting to sound like it is. It's getting there. Little tip you can do is you get some water on your fingers and you just flick it at it. And once that water starts beading off the top of the oil, you're ready to go. Get the longest tongs we have, because if anyone has done this before, you know how much you burn your hands. You don't want short ones, you want some long ones to keep away from that hot oil. What you simply do is throw that squid in the flour, give it a good even coating, shake off any residue, put it in the egg, just flip it over, just make sure it's evenly coated. Let it drizzle off a little bit, put it in your panko crumb. There we go. Oh, missed a little spot, but that's all right. Uh-oh, that might not be hot enough quite yet. Always do a test piece. Oh yeah, it's getting there. Might get the next piece ready. Don't judge my cooking. Yeah, I'm not a chef. So this could go horribly wrong. Ooh. That's looking pretty good. Might just get a bowl out and start hoiking them in there. Anyway, I'll cut back to when they're all done. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've done a lot of fishing in my lifetime, but this is actually the first ever time I've cooked fish. All the other times my grandfather has cooked it. I've helped him cook it, but I've never done it fully solo, so it's a new experience for me. And I actually haven't cooked fish in many, many years. I love just catching fish and releasing it. I'm not the biggest fish eater. Now, I won't lie to you guys. Doing that solo, I have learned a couple of things. I definitely should have got my flour in a Ziploc bag and just shaken the bits of calamari around. Similar with the breadcrumb. Yeah, that should have just been in a bag and would have avoided a lot of mess of going, even with my pair of tongs, I ended up using my hands, flour, egg, breadcrumb, and then I would have either egg or flour and everything on the tongs, and then I had it on my hands. But yeah, I've learned. Meant to put it all in the flour at once, and then all the egg at once, and then all in the breadcrumb at once. But you can only learn these things by giving it a crack. Even though that sort of set me back a little bit, look how it come out. It looks delicious, and I'm not gonna lie, I already had a little bite, and it is so good. I haven't cooked a whole lot of fish myself, and I've never cooked calamari. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but that's cooked perfectly. And it tastes so good. Anyway guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I'm gonna go enjoy this absolute delicious meal. I know it was a bit of a different one, being my first ever catch and cook and my first ever cook up of fish solo, as well as the channel's first time of having someone on the boat. So it might have been a bit different, but if you did enjoy, hit like, hit subscribe, shoot me a comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.